Hello everyone, it is Charlotte. Welcome back to my channel. I am here sharing my Medieval Mirage August design team project. And for the most part, it's pretty eclectic, although I used a lot of Volume 5 Boho Elegance. I'm pretty sure it was Boho Elegance. I will put all the information in the description box below, so be sure to check that out. There's a double cover. We've got one removable cover and then the cover of the journal. This is done on wood, and I put a lot of just beautiful, beautiful trims. See if I can adjust the light a little bit. There's a lot of crochet work, vintage crochet work, and some new. The cover is layers of paper and paint and stencil, and we've got some metal work here with some gems off of a piece of fabric, and I placed some down here, and then I placed a little bit up here. This is a piece of crochet work here. We've got a frame that I've put layers of texture on. There's some crackle glaze. I think it's candy, rock candy from Tim Holtz, and some collage work. And then this is one of the portraits from one of the pages from the kit. And then I went ahead and I put a little bit of trim up there. So there's cardboard paper here. I used some bronze ink, and I used I used so many inks on this and paints that I don't even think I could tell you what all is on here. But there is another beautiful, I want to call them princesses, but another beautiful person here from one of the kits, and they're connected, the front and the back, they're connected with crochet work. This is the back. It all was gessoed in black and then painted, and I took the pages and went ahead and collaged them, stained them. There's some candy, rock candy on here for texture. I didn't want to do too much to the back and then I sealed it, but I didn't want to do too much to the back because I wanted it to lay flat. So if you have this sitting like just out on a table, you can see how beautiful this is. Just stunning. So this comes off. Let's see, we've got seam binding ties, and there's double ties because there's this cover here. So this is the actual wooden cover, and you can see I used a total piece of crochet work here, and then I went ahead and I used pieces of a vintage, very vintage crochet work. This is from an old tablecloth, and I went ahead and I put stitching around here, but I just absolutely love all the frayed edges. So this is the front cover. Look at that. I added hand crocheted work here, and then another piece here. This was a piece of a doily. Isn't that just beautiful? And then of course we've got this from the inside. So we've got pretty layers, and that's how this sits. I mean, this is beautiful just by itself. But that is the top cover. And then inside here, I know I've given you a couple little peeks. This measures 10, and it measures 10 unless you come all the way down. If you come all the way from the top of the doily, then you're looking at 12 inches. But the journal itself is about 10.5 inches by probably, sorry about that, about 5.5, almost 6. So I keep hitting this. Okay. So this is the front, and the front is a beautiful piece of doily, and underneath the doily is the same tablecloth that I used on the cover. And it's got pieces where it's got the trim right here, and these have been sewn together. This is a double signature. So if we go inside, this is the inside, and then there is another doily here, and we start with our very first page of the kit. This is a Prima paper clip, and if we take this paper clip off, what we have here is I created this so that there's an envelope here, and I did leave this. You know, I will put something in here. I should have. This was just, I forgot. So something will go in here, and something will go in here. I see that right here is a pocket, and here's an envelope. And when I went through this yesterday, just to double check, I completely missed that. So I will for sure add something in each of those pockets. And then I created this so that this will flip open, and you've got this coffee dyed journal page here, and then this flips out like that, and you've got this coffee dyed journal page. You've got some washi tape here, but look at that, just gorgeous, gorgeous paper. So the way that I keep this closed to this front page is with this paper clip, and I will be sure to come back in and put something in there. Then I've got this vintage paper, and what I did is I went ahead and I put some Scotch tape down here and also on the fold where it's sewn, because this is from March 12th, 1870. And so I didn't want, with this being folded, for it to rip or tear. So that's a very cool vintage piece of newspaper. Then another page from the kit, and look at this. I mean, can you just imagine having a beautiful dress out of trim like this? Look at that, it's got sequins, picks up all of that shine. Just beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Coffee dyed paper, and then there is an envelope here that I created pockets out of. So on this side, I didn't cover up any of this, because why would you want to cover this up? It's so beautiful, and it's so Medieval Mirage. So I left that, and here's a little bit of a collage tag. Then we've got a little jewel up here, little dangle off of this safety pin, and then some sari silk with some gold that shows that is the back. And when you flip this over, you have this tag here, some more collage work, and then I did a butterfly, and I went ahead and put some glaze on that butterfly, so it gives it a little bit of more color and kind of stands out this is a very vintage. This is the last that I have of this piece here, this little crocheted piece. And then I just backed that with some trim and some textiles. And then I went ahead and I left this string on because I like the look of that. And then this pocket has Medieval Mirage, the tag with it. And then you've got collage on there. This has been waxed, this piece here. And it picks up just a tiny touch of that orange, but you can tell by the feel that it has been waxed. And then when you flip this over, we've got a collage down here. This is Medieval Mirage. This is all, not sure about this pink rose, but these three pieces are Medieval Mirage, and there's some washi tape there. And that's a pocket. And then we've got a tag here. This is Medieval Mirage. The tag is not. I went ahead and I put some vintage trim here with a piece of sari silk. That is the back. So I folded this piece of scrap over to the back. I think that's cool. And then this is from the kit. And this has all been waxed, front and back, and it feels old, it looks old. You know, wax has really added, I think, a lot to it. And I want to say a little something about the wax. Somebody asked me, and I have no idea if you are watching or not, but somebody wanted to know if I had any trouble with the ink smearing when I do the wax. I have a laser jet printer, and I have never had wax smear. And if you go over and you watch Lori, Girl on the Ridge, she uses a lot of beeswax, and I have no idea what printer she uses, but I have never ever heard her mention that she has any issues at all with smearing. So yeah, if you're worried about that, if you've never waxed before and you saw my video from yesterday, you might want to take a piece of scrap paper and try it out. If you have smearing, maybe put a piece of parchment paper on top of the wax before you iron and see if that will help. But I have not heard of smearing, so I don't know. You're just going to have to keep your fingers crossed and test it. Please test it beforehand. So I also wanted to say that I was in contact with Jarf, and I wanted to know if this writing, if it's actual words, and it is. She has done a lot of history and taken a lot of time to research, and so when you see script on her in any of her digitals, it is authentic. So yeah, just know that, because that's pretty cool. Then we've got a music page here and another gorgeous piece of this fabric. Look at that. Oh, just so pretty. I had a bag of this and just knew when I did this project that I was going to include a lot of it in here. Just beautiful, beautiful. Another envelope that was done, Medieval Mirage, this tag, Medieval Mirage. This is what I mean when I say that this is pretty, I start out thinking I'm going to do one kit, and then I mix it up, because I know you keep hearing me say this, but you can take any of the Medieval Mirage kits, and they all go so beautifully together, and I think this fits right in. So there is that. And then on the back side here, we've got another little pocket, and I did a Tree of Life wax seal. I wanted that green to go with the green of the fabric, and here is another one of Jarf's tags. Then some more coffee tea dyed paper. This folds out. I left this blank because whoever has this journal could turn this into a pocket if they wanted, or they could leave this just for more writing space. There's enough in this journal that you absolutely could bring something forward if you wanted to and create something else out of that page. We have this page here, some more beautiful vintage hand crochet work down here. This is a large tag. I don't know where I got this. Pretty sure this is chipboard, but I found it in my stash. It has an old piece of twine, which I thought for the time period that we're looking at, I thought this was perfect. Loved the design here, and then there's the back as well. So I thought this went really, really well in this journal. And this pocket is one of the kits. I couldn't tell you which. It's a Medieval Mirage kit, one that I had, wanted to use, and then I did a heart on a wax seal there to just to bring those colors together. And then I had this, loved it, and wanted to use it in here, and so I just think it fits really well. It's got the green heart that goes with the backdrop, and so you've got extra journal page here. You can see by the way I attached it on the short end of that. So you've got that, and then you've got another journal page here. Here's another envelope, and this is Medieval Mirage, and so is this. And I went ahead and I put a little glossy accents on these butterflies just so that they stand out a little bit, and some collage on this envelope as well as on this side. Medieval Mirage. This is, I did not use this in the book, but this trim here is where I got this, and it goes with that there. So I do have some of this left over. This fabric here is from the cover, and then there is a piece of hand crocheted trim there, and I went ahead and got out some gold embroidery floss, and that is what this bow is made out of. And then I went and made a little, this is Medieval Mirage. This is a whole nother kit. I believe this is another kit. It's a copper paper clip, a piece of remnant from a vintage doily, and then I put a gold bead on there. And then I went ahead and took some of my Medieval Mirage scraps and coffee dyed pages and created, look at how pretty that is, created a little mini booklet. And I believe there is another, there she is. So yeah, really, really cute. So that just goes on there, and this fits very nicely right in that little pocket. Then we have another gorgeous side to the green right there. See how that picks up the light? The other side of the music page, and here is a pocket here, and I added this tag. This was a collage tag, and I cut out two of the Medieval Mirage discs. And if you have never ordered from Jarf, she sends so many add-ons that you can play with and just have fun with. And there was a page of these ovals, and so what I did is I went ahead and put glossy accents. I may have used crystal on here and then doubled them over so that it acted like a tab. So that fits right down in there like that. And this is waxed. This is the other side to that first page, and so this is waxed. Here's another envelope, another wax seal with the laurel wreath on it. Some more collage work and another tag. So that fits right down in there. And this is the other side. This is, I did glue this in there. So what you have here is a postcard. And behind the postcard is an envelope. This is not Medieval Mirage. I have no idea where I got this, but I really liked it and wanted to add it. And inside of here, it's waxed. I can kind of smell the orange blossom. Yeah. So this is this waxed? This may not be waxed, but this is waxed. Pretty sure this is, it feels like it's waxed. So there's a French receipt here, and it's torn at the bottom, which I just think makes it look that much older. So that just sits. Do I have the envelope? Yes, I do. So we've got a postcard, we've got an envelope, and this beautiful script down here. You could journal on here. I did not want to hide this, so we have another journal page and another gorgeous piece of fabric. Look at that. Oh, just beautiful. We have a tuck here, and this has been waxed. Look at how pretty this is. There is the back, and it smells of oranges. It's all been distressed, and it's very, very pliable, soft, like it's been washed and put in with fabric softener. That's exactly how it feels. Really, really pretty. This is the other side of that. This is the March 12th, 1870 page. It does have a little bit a hole in it. It almost looks like it could have been burnt with an ash, and then it's got a little bit of ripping there, but you know, at that age, it's in great shape. Just beautiful. That's the first signature. Second signature, I wanted to add some Edith Holden. There's only one Edith Holden page, so it appears on the front and the back of the second signature. And it's yellow iris. Yellow is my favorite, and I just liked the yellow with the brown, so there is reason for what I've done here. Beautiful, beautiful. Look at this. Look at the trim, and there's sequins all on here. Look at, you can see it better on this page, but you've got beautiful trim here, beautiful sequins, and you have a vintage piece of ledger paper. I don't think it's ledger. I think maybe it's graphed paper. And then this is a vintage piece from a magazine, and the colors, I just really liked the way that the brown picked up this kind of an orange red. And then you've got this purple that brings out these purple hues here. So I love the patina on this old paper. And you've got another piece of coffee dyed paper there. And on this page, we have a collage piece. It's got a little bit, I do believe that this is Tim Holtz. It's got a sticker here. It has some Medieval Mirage. This is Medieval Mirage. This is as well. I'm not certain the others are. This is a piece of old ribbon that I had, twill, I believe it is. And then we have a piece of vintage crochet work down here at the bottom. This pocket holds a postcard here and a large tag. these 3 pieces of scraps are Medieval Mirage, and this is what I was talking about when I was explaining the medallions. I took 2 of those and made a tag out of them, and then there is a purple sari silk at the top of that goes with this page here. I don't know, I can't tell if this has been waxed or not. I don't think it has been. From looking at the back, I don't think it has been, but it has been coffee dyed. And then look at this, guys. I mean, come on, look at that. Oh, just absolutely gorgeous, gorgeous. This page here goes with this purple, and then up at the top we have another Prima paper clip, and we have a waxed envelope. This has been waxed. You can tell the minute you feel it. And inside, these 2 tags have been waxed. You can tell by looking at the back of them. And so this just stays on here like this. Just like that. Then we've got this page here, and I went ahead and I had this whole strip of this vintage crochet, and this is what is on the inside of the second cover where the ribbons are, and so I wanted to put those in here. This is another piece. I may have a little bit of this left, I'm not sure. Another envelope, and in this envelope there's a pocket here on the front, and then I just took all of these little tags that I had. They're not backed with anything, they are just paper that I printed them on, but I thought they were so pretty and I wanted them to go in here, so that is here. This is the other side of the envelope. This is collage work. This is 1 page here. This is a separate kit from Medieval Mirage. This is the tiniest little piece that I had left. And then there is another little booklet. Not a lot of pages in here, but we have some vintage dictionary. Love the sound of that. And then leftover scraps. So that just sits. Am I getting that in? Where does this go? Right there like that. And vintage book page, I think this might be Norwegian or Swedish. I am not sure. It is some type of Scandinavian script, I believe, but it's got the word boho on it. Perfect for this journal. Another gorgeous page. I love the way that this, I kind of left this so that it would, I don't know if you can tell, I left this so that it would really bake, and see how it split just the littlest bit. I think over time that is what this edge is going to do, which to me I love. If the owner of this book doesn't like that, then I would say just take a scissor and cut that off. But to me, I like that, but I don't know, you may not. So, I mean, your book, you can do what you want with it. A old piece of script. I am not sure what language this is in, but the patina on the back was so beautiful. I did not want to cover it up. It would be pretty if you write and you wrote on that, but it's glossy paper. This is almost like it would be the first page of a book, is what this reminds me of. Then we have another Prima paperclip. another envelope, and it has been waxed, as you can tell. And these have also been waxed, these two tags. And I can smell them. Smell like orange, and they smell so good. I know that with time, that's probably going to fade, but for now, I am enjoying that. And then there's this gorgeousness. Look at this, guys. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I mean, it was just made for this book. That is for sure. Beautiful page here. The colors go so well together. Coffee tea dyed paper. Then we have from a different kit. Like I said, this is pretty eclectic. Another piece of the main kit that I used, and this has been coffee tea dyed. It has been waxed, and you can see it does not smear at all. And I was just so surprised when I was asked that, because I had never heard of that. So I am hoping that anyone that tries this does not have that problem. This is an envelope, and it is attached to this page with copper paper clip with a little lavender or purple sari silk. This is one of the envelopes that we did yesterday, and in this envelope I placed this piece of digital, and I like the fact that it's got the lavender, so that sits in here. This is backed with deli paper, and there is the envelope itself. And I just keep it in place that way. Then we have one more of the I didn't use it as a pocket. I just kind of used it as it's just a piece of ephemera, because this page will open up if you take this off. This opens up, so it goes that way, and then I just backed that. I figured there's enough journal space. I backed it with some washi tape. So if you wanted to, what you could do is take this and glue this down, and then you could make this right here a tuck. But here is another sheet of writing, and this has been waxed, and it's just, I mean, see how pliable it is. It's just yummy. It's everything. So there's that. There's that page, and then we have another piece of this gorgeous, gorgeous fabric. And then we've got another piece of this vintage crochet trim, another pocket, and I did put a little gem in there. Just kind of wanted it to go together, and then there is a tag, and I did another butterfly at the bottom here. You can tell this page is from the same kit that has that blue iris, so I used a little piece of blue seam binding up there, so that just goes right in there like that. There is the back side. Here is the back side of that beautiful, gorgeous patinaed paper. There's another envelope that we did together. If you were watching when we did the envelopes. And I put 3 of those checks in here. I am going to have to find something to put in that front envelope. And this goes on with a red paper clip. Just kind of matches this. Then we've got the Scandinavian book page. We have a little bit of this leftover vintage crochet work. I put a little pink gem in there. Here is a laurel wreath wax seal. And in here, in this pocket, there are 3 check receipts. They've all been waxed. So they're all different. So they sit in here. I had so much fun creating this. I wish there were more hours in the day. This is the back side. Coffee tea-dyed paper. Once again, it is a flip out. You could easily turn this into a pocket. I took this French script. It is a large receipt, and what I did is I turned it into a pocket by gluing the ends to this little piece of digital that I had here, and inside of here we've got 2 telegrams. There is one, and they have been waxed. That's the back side. This is the other one. That's the back side. And they just live right in here. Just like that. Oh, they smell so good. And then here is the other side of this. You can see just a little bit of the trim in the center, and then you've got this gorgeous trim here on the outside. Just too beautiful for words. And here is, I believe, the last envelope. This one here. And in here I used a page from the kit, and it has been waxed. It smells so good, so soft. And then this just sits, I believe, yes, this is a plain coffee dyed paper. How did we have this? This way, I believe. You go like this? Can't remember. We have this. And then another Prima. I think I lost this. Pretty sure this was on here. How did we go? Not like that. I think this needs a little dot of glue. I'm pretty sure this was glued. Doesn't need much, just the littlest bit. We need this to keep this in place. I'm gonna put that like that. Like that. Don't want that getting bent. Let's put it this way. Bring it down. There we go. The back side of that sheet of paper, the back side of, this was from the magazine, the back side of the graph paper, and of this gorgeous fabric, and here is the back side of the book page, and that's the back cover. And I see a thread, and we're attached. So I think this book is spoken for. Somebody contacted me and said that they wanted it. So as long as they approve after seeing the video, this book is sold. And I want to thank you so much for your support. It means everything. I do have 2 items in my shop that are still for sale. So, yeah, but this is it, guys. So because I have to go ahead and do something with this, I am going to keep this here so I don't forget. And send her out naked. I don't want to do that. Here is another. Let's trim that off. So that is the journal, and this is the second cover. So I hope you enjoyed this, and this was pure delight for me. And I will catch you in the next video. Thank you so much for watching, and take care of yourselves. Hugs, guys. Bye.